Hello, everybody. What's kept you? Blimey, we've waited a long time to get a proper ghost hunt again, a real deal. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thanks especially to the people who are already supporters. We're going to need a lot of you to be that, and we're going to give you plenty to see, plenty to experience. We're on a particularly dark track. We've already had a tawny owl hooting away, which is always a blessing and a good sign. We got Coco back at the ranch looking after and moderating all of you guys coming on. Make sure you say hi. In the meantime, let me introduce you to a place that I will not tell you where we are until closer to the end, because we don't want you rocking up for obvious reasons. Now, down the darkest lane, if you just scan around to the left and scan around to the right, there is nothing. There is nothing in any direction. Nothing. We are in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So come with me, watch your step. As I say, you've got to get your eyes accustomed to the light to be able to make it down here. Now, we often choose our destinations because they're big famous ones, like going to St. Petersburg and Moscow to tell you the story of Rasputin. Amazing story. Galleries there on Robson's World if you want to have a look at it. However, and of course the show, so you can enjoy the whole thing. However, we need you to share what we're doing on our Thursday Night Live ghost adventures. And hey, they're going to be quite something. A little bit later on, let me just tell you right from the get-go, we're going to give you a chance to see spirit in your own home. You're going to need a small towel, a candle, and a mirror. Okay, we've done many of these in the past, and they've always shown some people get it. Some people are channeling in the right way. Other people do it for a daft laugh, and it'll not work. But if you go into this and you're serious about it, I think you've got a good chance of seeing spirit in your home. So how do we choose the perhaps lesser well-known places? Because this certainly is one of them, because I'd never heard of it. And I know nearly all the castles. However, we get a note. I went on air on a radio station to say, hey, has anybody got a ghost story? Has anybody seen a ghost in their own home? And a lady called Sue Brown sent an email in, and it was about this place. She said she was out taking her Jack Russell, called Bonzo, out for a walk Sunday afternoon. Very, very nice indeed. And she gets to the castle and she looks up at the tower, for it has a tower, and it looked as if there was a man throwing things off the top of the tower, just hurling things down. But the weird thing that she said was that he was throwing stuff, and she could see the stuff he was throwing, and it was big stuff like rocks and things roughly the size of a suitcase, she said. But it never hit the ground. Nothing ever hit the ground. She thought, well, how can you throw something that big and it doesn't make any kind of noise at all? Just then, she turned to walk away, and something or someone hit her in the middle of the back, and she kind of fell forward, muddied herself up, muddied her jeans. The dog was going absolute berserk, and there was nothing there. She looked around, there was not a sign of anything. So that intrigued me a lot. So here we come. Again, watch your step. You realize how far we've walked. We've already come about 300, 400, 500 yards, and we're still walking into nothingness. And that's the best way to be. And also, I know some ghost hunters pile in and there's 15 of them, and it doesn't work. Honestly, it doesn't work. You got to go there in ones, twos at the most. And if you're in twos, go to different places. But this is quite something to see. We've talked a lot about, isn't it about time we decided to do our thing and just did it. And it's our time. And we need you to gather the clans, share, and share again. And every week, people who share all go in the hat, and we get a nice little prize for you. We'll find something that you will like. Share the video. Yeah, of course. Share the video. That's what Tony says, and he's quite right. Share it with everybody that you know, and it'll work. So along here, oh, it's right ahead. In fact, we're pretty much there. Oh my goodness, here we are. In fact, I was walking away. I was heading over the fields and far away, which would have been wrong. Going to leave my gubbins here, and I'm going to let Tony take a look at that while I make sure that everybody is blessed before we start this, because it is only right that we have a blessing. Make sure that everybody is safe and absolutely sound. So that is what we do right now. Great powers of this earth, protect us all this night as we step into the darkness between this world and the next. Let us hear their whispered voices. Let us feel their touch on our skin. Let us see their shadowy figures as they share this night with us. Keep us safe in your precious hands while we learn the great truth. Blessings be. Oh, gives you the collywobbles when you're first starting. But let's get to the game. So, why is this place haunted? When I tell you the name of it, and you look it up, because you should, because education. When you look it up, you will see the most benign castle out of all the castles in Northumberland. You will think, nothing happened there. Because when you go into the history this year, it was attacked by the Scots a lot. Look further, get books that have more information, and you find cool things. First of all, yes, it was ravaged by the Scots. No question. They kept attacking and attacking and attacking. So much so that the man who owned it, whose name was John of this place, can't give you the name yet till the end, for obvious reasons, John, who's in the graveyard somewhere up there. We visit graveyards. We'll be there before the end of the night. Got stories about that too. This guy, John, built the castle, but he built it first as a medieval mansion house, but it kept getting attacked by the Scots. People kept getting killed. So ultimately, he ended up selling it to a man called Sir Edmund. And Sir Edmund, can't give you his surname for obvious reasons. Right. Sir Edmund decided, cannot have this, going to build a castle. And he built a huge mother of a castle. And that's what this is. A lot of it's not left, but from about 1300 up to about 1550, this was a monster castle. And what a castle's for, scare the bejeebers out of anybody that might want to mess with you. And this did that. Had a strong force of men working here. And the Scots that they caught, they did with what all of the big castles around here, Alnwick Castle, Bamborough Castle, all of the big castles did the same thing. They had a habit of capturing Scots, putting them in cells, and not feeding them and not giving them any water. And this led, on occasions, to cannibalism. Certainly did at Alnwick. And who knows, may well have done here. But a lot of people died in the cells because they just were simply not being fed. When the Scots attacked, of course, there's a little town nearby called, what we can't tell you, but there's a little town, see a town, more a village. When the villagers of the time heard that the Scots were coming, they'd all run to the castle, get behind the gates, carrying their children and some of their animals and all of their valuables, getting them inside the castle because the castle was big enough to fend them off. Otherwise, they raced off into the trees in all directions because right now we've got fields all over the place. Used to be lush forests back in that particular day. Why is this place haunted? Oh, the most amazing story. A lot of you will have heard of Flodden Field. Now, this castle, the first mansion was here 1174. However, by 1300, it was becoming the castle that it is. Oh, certainly look at it. It's a tough, big beast of a castle. And What happened next was, of course, this castle would offer help to anybody that was looking to fight the Scots. And there was going to be a huge battle on Flodden Field that you've probably heard of, a very famous battle won by the English. It was 1513, in fact. 200,000 Scots, I should say 20,000, not 200,000, 20,000, would have been even worse, it was 200,000. 20,000 Scots died. 4,000 English, and there were about 8,000 British wounded. Now, some of the soldiers from this castle fought in that battle. All of the castles had to provide men to support the English army against the Scots on Flodden Field, up on the borders. What happened after that, 8,000 wounded, they couldn't treat them at the scene. There was 8,000 of them. So they put them on carts and took them back to the castles. So soldiers from Surrey, Wales, London, Cornwall, Yorkshire, Lancashire, all of the counties, they carted them back and just dumped them off at castles like this. And this is why I believe this place is haunted. Because the richer soldiers were treated, and the poorer soldiers that didn't have a rich family behind them were just left. Now, you got to remember the Battle of Flodden Field. The King James of Scotland, brought cannons, huge siege cannons, and they were blowing off people's arms and legs. They were putting chains in them and firing a chain at force, cutting people in half, cutting limbs off, decapitating people. It was a bloody awful fight. But it took them 40 minutes to load the huge siege cannon. The English cannon could be reloaded in 2 minutes. So the English ended up winning, and all of those Scots died. How come the Scots didn't have any wounded? Well, they did. They had thousands wounded. But the English ordered their young soldiers and children to go through the battlefield, finishing them off. So there were no Scottish wounded, except those that managed to escape. I'm sure some did. But the soldiers that came back here, expecting to be helped, taken away from the battlefield, they were just sacrificed so that the rich people, hey, how many times do we hear that in our lifetime? That the rich look after the rich and the poor just have to do what they can. And that's certainly what happened here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly nip and grab my clipboard, only for the reason, not to gen up on anything, because I kind of know what's in there. It's just in here, I've got a spirit trap. Now, it's very simple. To be honest, it's probably too simple a spirit trap. So if you want to actually come and have a look at this, it's dead simple. I am... Right, that's all it is. Can't be easier than that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a decline where it's not going to be in the wind, somewhere like there. Okay? And I've got some coins. Might be too windy there. It's looking a tad on the windy side. I'm going to find a place out of the wind. Let's look for a... Yeah, down... Oh, that's better. Oh, no, that's worse. That's worse. I'm going to find a place where it's going to... Oh, this is absolutely no wind at all down here. This is better. There you go. So you can put the coins in place. There you go. Now, obviously, a place with no wind, that should be, in their big coins, that should be enough to sustain them. We've got a couple of other traps with us. I know that you're carrying one, actually. It's a EMF meter. We're going to place that somewhere too. Probably inside the castle. Oh, yeah. Now, can I just say, Tony's obsessed with these balls. He said to me in the car, Alan, you should touch my balls. And I'm saying, that's not going to happen. I know it's dark, but hey, leave that out. The balls are these gadgets that light up if something or someone... Oh, there you go. I finally touched these balls. There you go. So if something touches it, they use these for cats. It's kind of not the greatest way of finding spirit, but Let's give it a go. I tell you what, shall we go? Oh, can we go in here? No, this is the wall out. Let's go in the main way, which is around here. I thought I was heading in the right direction firstly. We'll go through there and we will. Right. So I'm putting your ball just right. We should do it closer in so that in case we've got to come running because
maybe not, somewhere not so windy.
Yeah, I think we'll head over here. Yeah, definitely. Trying to avoid the wind as best we can, but we're going to do a lot of things around. Oh, this is better. This is the main drag in. So this is better. So leave it there. More balls. Both of his balls. We're using both of his balls. So let them on there. Whoa. Put that one down. It's still lit up. So, and have we got the EMF meter as well?
No,
it's in the car. We'll do that later then. Right. We know we can get around this castle, but the other things that we have to do is really just take a look. Maybe go down here, or shall we go the other way? There's so many places to go here. You got to remember, this is what Sue saw, and this was during the day. If you look right the way up to the top of the castle, you'll see that that's where Sue saw the guy chucking things off the top, and that is like not what you would expect. Got another little gadget that we're going to be sharing later on. That's a way to see spirit. I'm loaded full of kit. I have kit to die for here. So just bear with me. That is the one. Right, we've rigged this up so that if anything comes near it, it'll either switch a white light on or red lights. I would love it just to go boom right now, but it's obviously not going to do it. But I'm going to place it here in the hope that something happens. And if it works, if it fires off, I will be very happy indeed. Got other gadgets galore that we're going to share with you. We also, of course, have some witch stories that happened around here. But I think the thing that we should do first is take a look around the edge. The grand gate is behind you. That's called the Barbican. The Barbican was like a huge metallic gate that would open and close, metal gate, and it used to be with a door behind it, portcullis in the front, big 3-inch door behind it to keep any invaders out, and that is a hell of a door. And the similar door, if you want to see a door that looked like the one they had on this castle, have a look at the White Tower at Nuremberg Castle in Germany, and you'll find an amazing looking thing. And that's what used to stand on this place here. So we've got to watch our steps a little bit as we go around. But what I need you guys to do, more than anything, is to keep your eyes open, because it's not what we see, it's what you guys see. That's the most important thing. So Tony, please head forward, go down, take them around. Let's show them what we've got. There's a lot of stuff here. There's small, tiny little nooks and crannies in all directions. The wind is whistling, and down you go, Tony. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Look, it was just over there. I saw some greyness, like moving greyness. It was down there. It kind of went along the. Are you getting anything or not? Yeah, maybe they did, for sure. What the hell? Oh, did you catch anything there? No, it's just
Sort of like orbs maybe there. Orbs
orbs. Yeah.
around this place, yeah.
This looks like it's just off the Great Hall. So what the hell was that? Did you catch that? Something just went straight past the front of us.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah,
Oh God.
totally on the tree.
I hope so. Always, it's like always. If you're a general, you run towards the guns. That's what you do. But I got something there that was vivid. And also, I don't know about you, but have you noticed the difference in temperature from just back there was actually all right. But as soon as I stepped through that door, that was icy. Oh. No, I think no, it's this way. We have to go this way. I hope you guys at home are catching some of this. We need your eyes. We need you to witness. If there's anything that you see, we need you to look and capture it. Catch it if you possibly can. It's really important because we're relying on you. We're relying on you guys to see what we can't see. I would love to think this. Is there anybody here? Do you care to speak to us? We're going to talk. We've got our Necromancer that we're going to talk to fairly soon. But we would love to hear from you. It's so quiet. Anything that comes, we would be able to hear. So come on. Show us what you can. Let's go this way around the back of the castle. Johnny, let's aim to do that. What's your step? Oh, blimey. Don't know about you, but there's stuff here, man. There's stuff here. Oh! You get any noise? Did you hear anything?
A little bit over there.
I hope so. Hello? Can you hear me? I just heard a noise. I hope somebody at home caught it. Oh, blimey. Look at this. This is amazing. Can we get down? Oh, I see. Nah, it's my fault. Thanks, guys at home. I need you guys to point these things out. It's only I only have a light, but I've got ringies out. I'll be very much aware of it. Thank you. Watch your step. This is an entire room that you're able to get into here, and a little side room too. It's amazing how much is left of this. If you remember, a lot of things that happen here are people steal the stone to build farmhouses and that kind of thing. But it's your eyes. It's not my eyes. I'm feeling that as cold now here as I did just over at the last one. You getting anything at all here, Tony?
Blue orb.
I would like more than that. I'm greedy. Tony, scan the cat. It's the castle. It's there that we're going to get something. It's there we're going to get something. That's the clincher. It's absolutely going to be there. What was that? So what?
There's a white mist.
Where?
It was around here.
Here.
Something.
Is that breath? I was behind you anyway. What the hell? It's not misty. It's not a misty night, mind. In you go, Tor. Watch your step. Alan Robson with you. Tony McShane, Hollywood, for all of his awards. Oh, I see where we're going. We're going in, out, and around. Let's do that. Oh. All right, I'll follow your light. Just scan the castle. It's there. We've obviously you picked something up before. Let's get something else. You're not always guaranteed that you're going to get something immediately straight in, but we've already had orbs don't really light my fire, I have to say. I want to see more than that. I want to see a figure this evening. I want to see something that'll really rock people's worlds. Well, here an owl. That's a blessing. Wow. I think once we've done a circuit of the castle, we're going to try something that was recommended to me by a ghost hunter in America. There's a guy over there who has been on radio for a lot of years, kind of the same as what I've been doing. And he told me that if you strobe light areas, you can see spirit more obviously. And he explains it that spirit moves. It's a moving energy. Sometimes you see it in a mist. Sometimes you see it in a darkness that moves. That's deeper darkness than night. And we have to do our best to witness whatever it is that we can. And it's already tonight we've seen a few little bits and pieces, but we absolutely want more than that. Absolutely want more than that. You can imagine this castle when it was at its height. What an amazing damn place. But where are the dead? We want them to come out and share this trip with us. Absolutely. Where are they though? We're going to keep looking. Oh. Something's just... I don't think I'm imagining. I just felt something touch my hand there. But it was... At first I thought it's like, you know, if an insect lands on you, but then it kind of pressed in. Could be imagination. You always narrow it down and say, don't accept the first thing that you see. Always disregard 90% of, oh, this is definitely where we're going to have to do our incantation to see spirit. I think it's going to be down here. The old fireplace. Is that an old fireplace? Yes, it absolutely is. Wow. So this, not the Great Hall, I don't think, although the Great Hall is out front. This would be a fine little baronial room. That, of course, the chimney breast going right the way up to the top. Take my torch out for the most part if I can, just so that we get a chance to see things, or hear things, or whatever. Tony, let's get out of here for the moment. Can we get out that way? No, this way. And we'll go around the back. We'll do one circuit, and then we're going to try... Oh, can we get out here? Yes, we can. And then we'll maybe try the American-style strobing. See exactly what the hell happens if you give that a go. So, hands are quite chilly tonight. It's freezing. For those of you that are at home, you probably made a wise decision to snuggle up. Absolutely. Yes, you can absolutely share the video for a prize, please. just share and share and share until we conquer the world. That's all we want. Nothing less. Oh, look at this. These are not like cannonball holes like you might think. They're obviously where there's been other things. This is the solar tower. This is the place, 1340. How about that? But this is the place where they used to climb to the very top of this, and they would hurl off the boiling oil and all that kind of thing. Boiling oil and pitch and all that kind of stuff. That is exactly the tower that they did all of that from. So with respect to the way that the tower is built, it's just rocks hurled down, boiling pitch, boiling oil, and all of that would come from the top. And that obviously huge boulders and stuff had to be carried all the way up to the top too. So heaven knows how they managed that, but they did, and they were particularly good at fending off anybody that came to attack the castle. The whole defense of this castle relied on, you would think maybe it's 200 men, 500 men. What they said was it was usually 80 to 90 people defending an entire community from 2,000, 3,000 invading Scots. Can't get through here. I'm looking out into that central area to see if your balls are flashing, but there's no sign of them yet. But let's keep looking. Let's keep hoping. And it's just amazing how much castle is actually left. But once again, scan it, Tony. See what you can see. Shine lights in all directions. This is what a whole ghost hunt is about. As I say, we're going to carry out an incantation a little bit later on. And hopefully you'll give that a try, and maybe we can see spirit in your house. Oh, hang on a second. What the hell was that? Just saw something dark, kind of nifty. What the? Something really dark, just something pitch black just came around this corner. Can't understand what it could be, but it was pitch black. Came around the corner. Came from down here. As I say, if you are watching at home, keep your eyes peeled for us. If you see something that we don't see, point us in the direction of it. There's rooms in all directions. I know it looks like that's the castle over there, but this is courtyard. You can see beneath my feet, courtyard into rooms. There'll be a door here. Or should I say a door there, probably more likely. Heading into a room like this. Who knows? Maybe this is where some of those soldiers were billeted, or maybe something as small as this could be an isolation cell for a Scot. And the castle keeps on giving. It keeps on giving in all directions. Amazing things. And watch your step, don't fall. That would be on Google for the rest of your life. Right. Or in fact, fall, Tony. Good advertising. Whoa. Oh, you don't know what to do for the best, do you? I don't know about you, but I was smelling something pitchy, kind of tarry. I know it's something's got on your throat. Watch your step, Tony, if you're coming round. It's along here that we've placed some of our kit, isn't it? Is anything shining? Is anything going off? It's around there, isn't it? one there. Nothing happening. Nothing making any movement. Ah. Over there, Tony. Dark, just over there. Quickly. It's dark, pitch black. Something's moving. Catch it. It's just over there. It's almost like something's running away from us. But I'm not hearing much noise. I don't know whether any night owls back at the ranch, any viewers are picking stuff up. There's a glow also on the horizon. There's a glow over here. Are you getting it? Look, to your right, Tony. Did you see it? Something just ran. I've put my torch where it went. Oh, hang on. Something. Well, where could it go? Ah, right. It could indeed be that. What's happening? What's going on? Is there something flashing over there, Tony? Over the top side? Hang on. Did you hear a voice, Tony? Listen. What? Wait. Listen. Listen. Is that just the wind on something? Can anybody at home hear this, or is this just me? Oh, listen to that, my God. There's something. Listen. Shit. It's nearby. It's got to be nearby. Is it down here? Come on, speak to me. For heaven's sake. We've come a long way. Come on, now, talk to me. It's back to that room, Tony. It's back to that room. It's back to that room. We're here. Listen to my... Come on, then. I'm here. You've got me here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, good gracious. Come on. At first I thought it was like, ooh, like the wind or something. Did you hear any of that? Oh, shoot. Oh, God, I hope people caught some of that. Come on, do that again. Please do that again. Tony, I'm tempted to do a... Shall we try and talk to... Let's do that. Bear with me a second. I'll probably get me Necromancer gadget out. Oh yeah, where it was, absolutely. Good shout. Good shout. We call this gadget a Necromancer just because it's the channel between us and if there's somebody is trying to make some kind of communication. Let's hang on, I'm going to switch it all on and get it working. Bear with me a second. Where is it? It's in my apps. There we got it. Oh, it's not happening. Hang on. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Right. That's not anything. That's just it switching on. But let us. Hello, Speak to me. If that... Speak to me. Speak to me. No. Shit. Why won't you speak to... Was that you before? I heard it was like a boy or a woman. Was that you? If anybody back home makes this out, please tell us. Speak to me. That was the voice. That was what I heard before, like a kind of high pitched. That was either Jesus or cheese sandwich. Speak to me. Did you die here? Yes. She said yes. It's that female voice again. How did you die here? How did you die here? Ooh. Go. Clear as day. So you don't want us here? Hell no. Whoa. I want to speak to the girl. Yes, you, the girl. Oh, hi. Oh, are you a girl or a young boy? Are you a girl or a young boy? Boy. Oh, somebody's just used a swear word at me. I know exactly how you feel. When you spoke before, I heard clearly something. If that was you trying to talk to me, I'm here now. Talk to me. Talk to me. Death. Death for me? Yes, she says death for me. Oh, happy days. What do you mean death for me? Tonight? No. No, they both said no. Oh. About 5 people said no there. I want to speak to that, whoever that... I heard you, the lady, I heard you. Speak to me, please. How did you die here? I didn't make that out. How did you die here? I think she just said chest on fire. And if she said chest on fire, is that what you said? Were you burnt to death? I'll change to the second setting, see if we can get any better from the... Death. Death, clearly. Was it your death to the man? Was it your death? How many... Yes. How many of you were there? How many died here? 7. 17. Speak to us. If those of you watching this pick up, there's a little bit of wind in my ears. If you can make this out, tell us what they're saying. How did you die here? To the child, how did you die? You're just a child. How did you die? There's something here telling me just to go. Right. Let's take that with me. I'm just wondering. I didn't have that switched on. But in retrospect, the voice of the female, it was maybe going off in my pocket. You know that voice that, what the hell? But how could it go off if I didn't have it switched on? Didn't even have it selected. That's ridiculous. But anyway, let's take it to the Great Hall. Or the little semi. If there's a dark hole, trust me, I'll crawl through it. I made a habit of it across the planet, so let's get in here. Watch your head. You get a bit of echo in here too, I think. You might be able to actually just sit down and see if we actually get anything down in here. Let me just... oh, hang on. Look down the bottom. Oh, there was something just there, a darkness, just where my torch is. You see that black stripe where your light is causing like a black shadow? There's nothing there, but it just looked like it was spreading. Just looked like you were spreading, Tony. That's the thing. Bizarre. Let's see if we can get some sense out of this. Okay. If you want to speak to us. Yes, speak yes. There seems to be a lot of you here. Why so many of you choose to give us something? What do you wish me to give? I've left you some coins. I've left you some coins. What the hell? Speak to me. Speak to me. Speak to me. You're just toying with us now. Just toying with us. Speak to us. Are you Scottish? Are you a Scot? What the wind's coming through? Let's get out the wind. So I just want people to be able to hear. Take my gadgetry with me. Come on now. Now you're free to hear everything. Come on. There's people. Shit, no. Speak to us. Speak to us. No. Come on. They're just playing with us. They're playing with us. You're getting something down there. Look behind. Look beyond the hole. Look beyond the hole. There's stuff there. Stuff happening now. Stuff happening. Just did a little knock there as well. Come on, show yourself. If you're prepared to talk to us, you've got to at least be able to show us something. Right. Let us get back to the front of the castle. And I'm going to try that strobing thing. If it works, we'll get something amazing. If it doesn't, at least we've given it a try. Castle just goes on forever. Is this a way around? Get through here. Oh, Tony.
Oh.
Don't know how long that's been going off, but maybe when we started talking, I'm gonna switch it. Maybe slot it somewhere else as well. Watch that yourself on there, because it's a long way down. They've obviously filled in one of the doorways. That could be a cell, you know, beneath the main hall, because that would be the base of the castle right there. So something's happened here. Danger, do not climb. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. Don't you worry. So what the hell? This ways up. I mean, down there, that door looks amazing. You know, that whole thing. And at least one of our gadgets has gone off. I wonder if your balls are tingling. Wow, it's annoying. Come on. There's one. The other one's here or hereabouts, isn't it? Oh, I know what I'm going to check. Can you remember where I planted the spirit trap with the paper? Left. Is it over here? Just you've got to check everything. You might get nothing, but as I say, there's an explanation for 90% of, probably 95% of everything that's happened. Oh, hang on, there you go. One coin's moved, but I think that could be the wind. Do you think?
Yeah.
I think that could be the wind. Right, we'll try. Mind you, the coins are. There's no wind here, mate, but I'm not going to claim that as a victory. Right, hang on, let's just put them back on the right spots. Right, done. We said we were going to go at the front of the castle. Let's go back around and then I'm going to strobe it. Now, what I've been advised is that if you strobe an area, because spirit is moving energy, you'll catch glimpses of whatever. So, Tony, what you've got to do, and I think because we had some activity up there, I think we should cover this area. So if you concentrate, that's my shadow on the castle. Blimey, that was quite spooky. But if you just keep it on there, I'll get the gadget if I can find the correct. Oh my goodness. Oh no, there it is. Oh, I lost it. I just have huge pockets. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the front of the castle as it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire a strobe at it. And you've got to keep a real close eye on everything that happens, because the idea is that the strobe will capture anything that's moving. So absolutely, if you do have any condition you don't like flashing bright lights, please just look away from the screen or leave the room briefly, because we're going to do that. We don't want any harm to come of anyone, but here it comes. So get ready. We're going to fire it and let's see what we get. Whoops. Can you switch your light off, Tony? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. Right, here we go. Are you seeing anything? Are you seeing anything at all? Are you getting anything out there at all? You're getting, look up then, look across. Is there anything moving? Anything whatsoever? Right. I think that's enough of that. Wow. Not sure I got anything, did you? A bit late.
Not as bright.
Right, no, I thought it was gonna be bigger than that. But the thing is, with those on, you don't see any of it at all. I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to. Yeah, I think so. Let's get further down and give that another try. I think that's worth. Oh, I've just found your other ball. It's just over here. Right. Right. Okay. In front of this wall. Right. Right. Well, I'll stand around here so that I can put it on, and you can. Oh yeah, you can see into the. Yeah, you can see into the main area. Let's douse your flames and let's see what. The Americans swear by it. They say that it works. So let's There you go. Is anything happening? Are you seeing anything? Is it coming out at all on your screen? Put one of your lights on then. Put one of them on and let's see if that helps. Put one of your lights on. No? No, not happening. I don't think we're getting anything there. Let's call that off. I don't want to harm anyone back at home. What a carry on. Now the story of the Scots isn't the only story here, of course. We've got part 2 of it now. What I'd like to do now, if it's possible, is if you've got any questions to ask in our list of everybody that's having a chunter, if you've got any questions for us, now's the time, because we've done roughly an hour. I think it's about an hour. We've done an hour. Now, in subsequent ghost hunts, our supporters will see the second hour, but you have to support to see the second hour. Now, in the second hour, we're going to do that incantation. We're going to let you see spirit in your own home. We're also going to take you to the place where we're told witches were not burned at the stake, although that's what I got from the Necromancer earlier. We're going to the place where 4 witches were hanged. People from the village just up the road lost their lives being claimed to be witches. I'm going to tell you all about that. On top of it, I'm also going to tell you how you may be a witch, because the church wrote a book called the Malleus Maleficarum, and in that it was called the Hammer of the Witches. And what they decided to do was purge Europe of anybody who may be a witch. And you'll be stunned to hear what the church actually declared, who actually were witches. I've got it, chapter and verse there. There's also some rhymes about the Scots, and we're going to the cemetery and we're going to check that out. And also maybe find the grave of the man that I mentioned earlier, John, who started this whole thing off. But if there are any questions, or if you've heard anything, if you've caught anything, now's the time to post so that we can have a look too, because we don't have any access back to Coco, who's on our forum, but we can see what you post immediately. Tony, how do you become a supporter? You click.
If you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, go to the top of the page. There'll be a become a supporter button. All you do is click that. Easy as. So you have to be on Facebook.
You've got to be on Facebook to do it. That's the deal. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll only see the first half. But if you go across to Facebook, it's free to join Facebook anyway. There's a thing on the top saying "Become a supporter." Click that, and you'll get all the shows in any case. But tonight, you get everything. We're going to give you everything because we want you to know what's going to happen. I don't want any surprises. So next week, when we're telling a tragic, grisly story where one of the parties ended up in pieces, that will have 1 hour, and then we stop, and then we crack on and do some of the juicy stuff. So I hope you'll become a supporter just because you want us to grow, get bigger, better, stronger, get used to doing these again. It's a while since we have. I feel that we could gain more, do more, experience more. But what did you hear with the Necromancer? Did you hear anything that we didn't hear that you heard at home? I know there's been a crackle or two on the microphone. I apologize for that. That's my fault. I'm just carrying a ton of kit. Next time, I will have a tiny little rucksack. Really? Wow. If you've seen anything else, now's the time to post if you want to get any messages through to us. If you want to ask any questions, now's the time. Now, what we're also going to do in future is have a direct link with our moderator who will dig out any questions that you ask during the show, and then we will ask them. Also, if you're a supporter, then, of course, all of your questions will be answered as a matter of point. As long as we get them, they'll be answered. Also, of course, Hollywood McShane and I and other team members will be chatting to supporters across the week and keeping you posted and giving you a little bit of behind. And we also, Tony's going to be posting some drone footage during the day of this very place. And a little bit later on, you'll find out exactly where it is. And you'll be stunned because it's 10 minutes from where you drive regularly. 10 minutes. Just because that's the platform that we're on, isn't it? I think. We may be able to get, right, we're starting on Facebook, so we may be able to do the YouTube membership thing eventually, but we're starting relatively small. We got a loyal batch of loyal, steadfast and true supporters already. It'll grow after tonight, and it'll keep growing until we are a power and a force. We have been mighty, and we will be mightier. That's what we're aiming for. So support us if you can. We're going to do everything by the book. It's what you see and it's what you hear that counts. You can forget everything else. I may have been touched on the hand. There was a light, apparently. We've seen some orbs. Lots of orbs. We've also seen a few bits of mist moving in odd ways, but whatever. And obviously the dark thing kind of moving around because it is absolutely pitch black. I mean, you have, when Tony switched the thing off, it's as dark as the inside of a cow's stomach with his tail down. This is as black as it gets. So I'm going to give it one more. I think we give it one more lap and then we head up to the cemetery, Tony. But before we do that, let us go back to that hall and let's get the incantation done so that people can see spirit in their own home. What's the quickest way back to that? This way, is it? Right, let's go. But keep your eyes peeled all the time because things are moving, things are happening. And I don't know about you. Have you felt warm at any point, Tony? I don't understand because it's a cold, it's a chilly night. How can you feel warm? But I felt almost like in a house kind of warm. Odd. This I keep being drawn back here, mine, Tony. To this bit. Yeah. I must say, mine, staring into your light is Yes, please share everything. Share everything that we're getting. Yeah, share the post for a prize. Share the stream. Share the video. Just get it out there as best you can. Yeah. I'll tell them. We're going to select somebody every week from those of you that do share, and we'll send you a prize. And it will vary from week to week, but it'll be something nice. So have no worries. All right, back here again. Oh, Tony, I'm going to have to go and get my clipboard. So you keep your eyes open because I'm going to need to. Well, can you keep them? Yeah.
Alan's got lost, so I'm going to go and find him. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I just can't find where we left the file.
Oh,
Yeah,
trying to think where you headed last. Not over here.
it was just as we came in.
Yeah.
It also really helps to have a better torch than this little beast. It's funny because sometimes when you're in places like this, was it over here? Oh yes, it was. I see it flapping in the wind. Ah, good man. Right, we're back on track again. Hurrah! So let's head forward and get back. I'm so tired. Shall we do it here? No, let's do it. Right. Now, for those of you at home who want to take part in this, be warned that if you get something, it will be a shock. It will really surprise you and you may jump. You got to be very, very careful if you're going to do this. Now, at the end of the show, I'm going to carry out a cleansing ritual against witch spirit. Okay? It's a cleansing that'll work on whatever happens to show itself in your four walls. Now, if you believe that you've got a ghost or you've experienced ghostly things happening in your house, it's a good chance you'll be able to see it in your home. But what you must do first is, obviously you've got us on a screen somewhere, either a telephone, a tablet, a computer, or maybe on your television. If that's the case, what you have to do is facing the opposite direction. Now, if the television is particularly bright, it might pay you just momentarily to put a big towel over the front of the television just to darken the room a little bit. What you should have is a table with one candle, with a candle standing up, a candle, then behind the candle, place a mirror. Now, if your television is there, face the TV, but you will be looking at what's behind you. This is the reason why I'm suggesting you put a bath towel or something over the television. Then there's no way we could, if we were inclined, to put anything that might make a move in the house. When you do this on radio, of course, there's no way we can do that, and it works. So if you do this with a pure heart, and you do this because you truly believe, you'll see things. You will see things. So look very, very carefully. So television, if it's bright, put a cover over it. If it's relatively dark, that's fine. Then you have a mirror there so that you can see behind you on both sides. So if the mirror is bigger, the better. You've got a candle in front of the mirror, okay? Put another towel over the mirror for the time being. Just a little hand towel, handkerchief, scarf, whatever, jumper, your dad's coat, over the mirror for the moment, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the castle. Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can, absolutely. Go get your bits. So, towel for the telly, towel for the mirror, candle, box of matches. Yeah, that's the full set. That's all you're going to need, okay? So go get your bits and set them out. Now, if you haven't got a table in front of you, it would be handy. What you must not do is burn yourself or start a fire with the candle. That's vital that you don't do that. We love you too much for that, so stay well. Keep the candle safe. So you light the candle. The mirror is covered. The television has a screen across it or a towel or whatever. And because you see, if you switch it off, you'll not be able to hear me. So just stick something over the top of it. I'm going to get my bits and pieces so that I'm ready for you. And Tony, you just focus on the castle for the moment. And I'll share this with the populace. Now, I have to say that this is it's a weird old rhyme from many, many years ago, but it has worked, and we intend it to work some more. So bear with us. Has everybody got their gadgets? Have you got everything in place? I'm trusting that you have. And if you have, we're nearly ready. Here we go. Right, bit of crinkle. So, only do this if you're prepared to see. Don't do it if you're not prepared to see. We're going to challenge to see spirit. A challenge to see spirit. Now, with respect to my paperwork, has just all disappeared. I'm going to wedge it behind a rock. Right, it'll stay there for the time being. And here we go. Sit in front of the mirror. It's covered with a cloth. Sit in front of it. Have as few lights on as possible. Just the light of your screen covered with something. The candle in front of you, in front of the covered mirror, light the candle. Strike a match, light the candle. Now, recite this invocation. I'm going to say it, and then you close your eyes and you repeat it out loud with your eyes tightly closed in front of the mirror. So, the candle is on. The towel is over the mirror. The screen, or the brightness of the screen, is covered. Leave that there. Keep your eyes tightly closed and repeat after me. Presence in this room, trapped by both time and tomb. I cover the looking glass where you move around. Yet I crave to see your glory I seek to see, be found. As this shade hides ye from my eyes, show thyself, arise. Uncover the mirror. Now, at this point, you have to stare at a central point in the middle of the mirror, directly behind the candle. Stare at the mirror directly behind the candle. You stare there so that your peripheral vision, your vision at the sides, will pick up images over your shoulder. Stare at the center, but you'll still be able to see if they're there. Whisper the word arise 10 times. If you do this with a sincere heart, we're told you'll see them. So you say arise, 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 arise. Now, hopefully, some of you will have experienced spirit in your home tonight. And if you have, you let us know. Tell us exactly what you saw. Put it into words. Share it with us. Tell us what you've seen. If you've got nothing, hey, we gave it a try. But I bet some of you did. I bet some of you saw things because they're out there. They're waiting to be seen. And tonight's the night that they will show themselves to you. What? See again? Wow. Keep focused on it then, Tony. Keep focused on it. Flashes in the doorway, just as we were doing the incantation. That's amazing. That is incredible. Back at home, keep staring. Keep staring. If there's anything. What's that? What's what?
I don't know.
What happened? Did something touch you? Did something touch you? Mist. Oh, there's more. Whoa. That's teeth. What was that? I saw you jump back.
It was like
I'm going to keep my clipboard with me for the time being. Please keep an eye on everything. We need you. It's your eyes that we're relying on. So, isn't that strange? Because I was like 10 yards away from you in the alcove there, and I just saw you. Oh, look, 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 look. No, there was, I saw some, it just kind of moved from left to right. What the hell was that? Hell's teeth. Isn't it strange? We just, one of the most impressive things we've seen, we've just looked at a hole in a castle wall. And we got all of that. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Shit. I'm sorry, but that really was quite something. I'm still, you know, I'm still kind of aching to do that strobe thing, but I just can't think. I don't think it's going to work, too, frankly.
It needs to be a bit brighter, I think.
Yeah. Maybe we just bring out a brighter one, or do it in a small darkened room. Maybe. Oh, can we get in there? Can we get out that way? Yes. Let's try it along that last place we tried. Does that take you right? Yeah, down here. Just what the hell could do something like that? Do you know what I mean? That was absolutely incredible. I wish I could find out exactly where the prisoners were held. It would be nice to do something in that vicinity. Where is it? take us through? We did like a reconnaissance on the place just very quickly, but it was kind of late when you did. Do you know what I mean? Down there. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, it seems the last prisoner down here had a Foster's.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. Let's give it a try then. Now we're going to switch all the lights off again, and this will be flashing, and I would imagine it'll be. Hopefully, you'll be able to pick this up in such close.
That's the prison, do you think?
Yeah, that's definitely a cell. There's no question about it. And there's a little gap at the bottom because in Chillingham they've got a thing called an oubliette. This looks very similar to it, where you just put 2 or 3 people down. We're back.
I just kind of go in there. Something knocked it off in there.
Something knocked us off in the darkness. Hey, well, let's try it again. We know it comes back on, yeah, Tony. Let's yeah, and then knock off the. You've only got one light on as well, so knock the other light off, and you should. Are you picking me up at all? You are, right. Let's see. Now keep your eyes peeled because it's something knocked us off when we were in here. As you were aware, we were not with you briefly.
Is the sound on? Is the mic on?
My mic's on. Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope you can. If you can't hear, can you still see me? I'm all right. Let's hope we're not. Right, I'm going to try this. Knock it. Are you getting anything there? Are you seeing anything? Are you seeing anything that's happening? Tell me now. Tell me now. Watch out. I would love this strobe thing to work because people tell me that it's definitely works. So tell me if you see anything, for heaven's sake. Now is the time. Look across the castle. Look in every direction. If you're getting anything to yes, that's me notes. Okay. Right. Put the lights back on, Tony. If they're gonna see something, they'll have seen it hopefully by then. Did you get anything? Or do we just kick this into touch and never use it again?
More mist.
When?
More mist.
Oh, right. How? Where? Did you see any? I mean, I was kind of a bit strobe myself.
Not to look at the strobe.
I know, that's it. But I'm glad some people got something anyway, whatever the hell that was. Woo! Right. Well, we've carried out an incantation. Hopefully that will have worked for you. I sincerely hope it has. I hope some of you got something to talk about, something different. Let us head in the direction of the cemetery because there's tales to be told there. So I think we've got to go out the hole. Oh, that's a great shot. Just listen. Did you hear that? Owl. That's a really good shout. We got an owl. Great. That is a blessing. Right, you don't want to come too near because. So I'll go down. Yeah, this is a good shout. I love the night owls. Beautiful. Right. Let's see what we get. Hello? Loads of them the loads want to talk. Did anyone die in here? Did you die here? Dead. Here. Did you rot to death? Did you rot to death? I asked you that. Voices just said, do you? Have you? Did you die here? Was this your cell? Yeah, it was. Absolutely was. Did they leave you here to die? Did they leave you here to die? A voice. Did you hear a woman say, "Listen to you, listen to him. Listen to me then. Did you die here?" Are you getting that? It's coming over here. Did you not hear that? It was like Was that one of you? Yes. Do you still want us here? They're taking the piss. They're literally taking the piss out of us. We're giving you the chance to talk. We're giving you a voice. Speak to me. Speak to us. No, stop. I'll just go if you want us to go, we'll just go. They're laughing at us, Tony. We're here for you. This is your chance. Ooh, they're not playing. They're not playing. Right, to pot with you. Right. A woman actually laughed there. You know, just like, yeah. Irritating cow. She was entitled to a view, in fairness. Ah, dear. It's frustrating, though, because that's active. That's knocked us off twice now, and that's ridiculous, because we've been right round the back of it. There's no reason why anything... It's wide open. There's no reason why that should have knocked us off there. And that noise came from the front. Let's go back round. The owl's still with us. So let's head to the cemetery. That's surely a place we can guarantee in finding something. We're heading back. It's been an incredible evening so far. We've had a little bit of everything. It's just the quickest way back. It's around here. Sorry, I've got have to rely on you for guidance here. Shall we pick up our balls on the way? Because we may well not be back. Hang on, this one. But I catch it. At least that red one worked. Don't forget there's one on either side. Have you got them? Cool. Right. Tony's got his balls. All's well with the world. Right, let's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's head in that direction. I can't see that they'll have moved because they didn't move the last time. It's kind of like, let's provide a spirit trap, and the spirits just seem ready for us tonight. Nah, not a thing. Not a thing. So, Tony, what I'm going to do, because whenever you visit a place of... Well, that's a good... Whenever you visit a place of darkness, a place where people have died, it's just a nice thing to do to leave an offering of some kind, a stone, a pebble, or a coin. I'm going to leave all four. With love and respect. Right, let's head. Now, we actually haven't hit, there's a bridge around here that we haven't seen, except when I got lost and walked across it. So you guide us back because you got the big light. Because this is a.
Are you going to take over it?
No, I don't think so. It's not necessary. It's only a little tiny note of a bridge. So I'll follow you because it's a little bit easier. But everybody, please keep your eyes peeled. There's still. Oh, I see where I went wrong. The bridge is further over. It's not up here. So this looks like we're heading back, and we are. We've had an hour and a half of the castle, and I hope you've enjoyed it. This castle is 10 minutes from the A1. 10 minutes. And I bet most of you had no idea it was here. It's the castle split in half. You saw how one tower was leaning away. That's the solar tower. The barbican's still here. Well, the remnants of a fortified gate. And the shape of the Great Hall is still there too. I know some of you will come ghost hunting here. Certainly worth a look. It's an amazing place. And well done to the powers that be for keeping it in such immaculate condition. And make sure if you come too, it'd be great if you looked after it as well. The reason I say that is Tony and I were looking at some videos of one of the places that we've been, the Plague Island of Pavalia. Have you seen the mess they've made of that? They've paint sprayed all over the place. And no, it's not remotely funny what they've done there. It's a damn. Oh, I'm seeing a mist. Did you get a mist there? Just a little bit of mist moved across from left to right. The thing about the mist is it doesn't go with the wind. You know, if the wind blows in a certain way, the mist seems to go in the opposite direction. So not like any kind of mist that we've seen. See how black it is here. Now we're heading back up that little dark lane, and I'm going to stick some of this stuff in the car just to keep it safe because I've got a lot of kit with me. And the rucksack is a must for our next trip. There's elm trees and rowan trees. So rowan trees are usually grown to try and defend against witches. And that's why some of the trees here are rowan. Yew trees as well, synonymous with cemeteries. And it's always said that a pagan would choose to be buried beneath a yew tree so that their bodies can feed the tree. And you see how the trees burst through the walls here on your right hand side, Tony? See? They were planted in cemeteries years ago by pagans who they didn't just want to be buried, they wanted to feed the land because they believe that in nature and all the wonders that nature provide. So they wanted to be buried beneath a tree so that they gave something back. And there's the cemetery and the medieval church that goes with it. And we're going to be in there very, very soon. I hope you're going to come too. So bear with me, Tony. Let's go to that little crossing place that we can, and we'll get in amongst our second part of the venue. And again, somewhere that you can come and visit too. So, Tony, you head off in that direction. I'm just going to very quickly take everybody with me to the vehicle where I can dump a few. Come to me on the steps. The reason being, before I put this away, I just want, oh, centipede. Not a big fan of bugs. I'm not frightened if they crawl over me or anything.
Yeah, it was off.
No,
It's back on now. Yeah.
okay, it must have just cut out. My apologies, everybody at home. This might tell you whether you're a witch. This is what the Malleus Maleficarum wrote, and this is the church telling other churches how to spot a witch. You're a witch if all old women with a wrinkled face and pale complexion, furrowed brow, women with hair upon their lip, those with missing teeth, those with a mole, those wearing a cap upon their heads, those with a dog or a cat by them, or those living alone. We, the church, pronounce that they are a witch, and their land and all possessions must be seized and given to the Lord, and the witch's life must be forfeit. Right? How many of you are witches after hearing that? They didn't stop there. They added this next bit, also from the Malleus Maleficarum. And remember, it was printed in like 20 languages so that they could kill lots of people. Those who are wealthy but who do not go to church nor provide money for its coffers are certainly witches, and surround themselves with demons from the pits of hell. They must be forced from their estates and their land delivered to the church so that God can make use of the land and all monies. Those who resist this command must be hanged or burned. So you're pretty much snook. If you're elderly and wrinkled at all, you're pretty much snookered. So I'm going to leave this because I know the story of the witches, and I will tell you also about tales of hang tooth and many other things as soon as I'll just dump that there. Right, Tony, let's get across the stile and in there. Can you? Yeah, it would help if you gave me some light. Thank you very much. Get my leg over in the nicest possible way, and down we come. Let's put the torch on. I have not got a light now, so we're going to have to keep an idea. Now, the person who built the castle originally, his name was John. Is it time to tell him? I want to tell him at quarter to, I'll tell you. But please don't rock up. John, the man who built the castle, is buried in this graveyard. I would imagine on one of the more amazing headstones. Oh, blimey, something dark's just moved. Huge. That way, Tony. Whoa. Saw that clearly. Keep an eye open, Tony. It's definitely, something's kicking. Something is definitely moving in that direction. One of these headstones is the headstone of the person who built the castle. So I would imagine it's one of the bigger, more important looking headstones. So what I would certainly do is keep an eye open for that. They've also got a mole because there's mole hills everywhere, so we're going to have to be careful. Now, the reason that I brought you here is simple. It's because 4 women from the village were hanged as witches. And this is where they're buried. I've just goosed them with a branch. Yeah, it's going to be something like this, but this looks too modern, sacred. No, this is not his graves. This box. Let's chuck them in a box. It could be any of these. Now, the story that I've heard was, you'll know yourself that Matthew Hopkins, the witchfinder general, came up as far as the north. And the thing that he did with regards to witches was veil. Because what he did, imagine how many people in your street, how many people in your family would die if this came back in. Matthew Hopkins was told by the church, go and find a witch. And if you find a witch, I'll give you X amount of cash. And it was the equivalent of about £200 each. At the time, it was like 4 shillings or whatever, but it was a lot of money back then. Well, if your wage relied on how many witches you found, you are going to find hundreds of witches. And he did. But most of them were people who would go up to Matthew Hopkins and fellow witch finders, because he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of them. And they'd say, my next door neighbour's a witch. And people would say that because they didn't like their neighbour, or they wanted their land. Or the church would say, you know, that big landowner, he doesn't go to church. He's obviously a witch. So they'd go and arrest him and take his land and steal it for the church. That's why the church at the present moment is still one of the biggest landowners in Britain. And yet they'll still make sure that you pay for their new roof or whatever. So what they did with these 4 women, were they witches? You would never know. You'd never know. It was claimed they were witches. And they had no proof. They had no evidence. But they wanted to make a statement. And they also thought that if you give a witch finder the name of somebody who's a witch, they'll not come for you. And a lot of people just thought, who do we not like in the parish? Oh, Elsie up the street, she's a bit of a bag. She's a witch. And 4 women are buried here in sacred ground. They shouldn't have been, but the person who was in charge of the abbey at the time kind of knew what was going on and thought, these poor women. And they didn't give them headstones. They're under here somewhere. Probably that mole that's appeared everywhere, including that hole there. That mole might have went past the body. You can never tell. Oh, movement over yonder as well. We're getting very little noise, though. We could do with some more noise. I'm going to use the machine again one final time. A light over my shoulder. But there's nothing. If you're here, show yourself, make some noise, show yourself. We would love to find out whether or not you're with us or whether you're not. So please show yourself. Behind you, Tony. Behind you. Behind you. Oh, look in the sky. Did you see it? Look. Kind of a mist over there. Are you getting it? There's like a mist. Jesus. Look, there it is. Shit, what the hell? I'm going to have to talk to them. I'm going to have to talk to them, Tony. Whatever the hell that was. I just saw something in the sky, but it was high. Really high. Hang on. Let's go around the front, Tony. Oh. Just heard a noise coming from forward. Speak to us. Speak to us. Speak to us. I heard that when I first heard that girl, and then she came on the Necromancer. I wonder where that man is. Is it time yet? Yeah, okay. It's 1:45. So most of you can never get here, but before we finish, right? We're in Edlingham, or Edlingham, if you prefer. We're 10 minutes from Alnwick. 10 minutes from the A1 that way. Alnwick's just over there. We came the pretty way up the Coldstream Road off the A1. And it's a wibbly wobbly up and down the hills, but an amazing place when you get here. Blessings to those of you who lie here. Speak to me though. If your spirits wander, share a message with me, please. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, I wonder which grave is the grave concerned. That's the thing. I'd love to find out. Getting some movement. It's quite windy here, man. Very windy. Let's move out of the wind to the front of the church. Listen. Listen. Incidentally, when you see some of Tony's airborne shots of his drone shots overhead, you will see a bridge on some of the shots. For sport, people at the castle were known, apparently, to take some of the Scots to the bridge and throw them off for fun, for sport, for no other reason. This is the entrance enclave to the church. I don't know whether you're getting a little bit of echo there. You hearing it? That's exactly where I'm going. I just thought I'd find a place that's out of the wind so that it wasn't. And let's let the Necromancer do its thing. Okay. I just heard it say Alan. Yes, I am Alan. But I brought you to a sacred place. Is this a place you wish to be? One says yes, two says no. No, three says no. Speak to me. Are you worried that the God walkers will reach out to you? Are you pagan? Are you pagan? Come on, you called me by name. What is your name? I got Ethel. How many people are called Ethel? Hi, Ethel. One guy's just said, for fuck's sake. Did you hear that? Pardon language. Sod. You calling me a sod? You're a sod for not talking to me. Do you feel uncomfortable here being at a church? You're making a lot of noise. Do you not want to be here? So you just said F that as well. Are you making this out, Tony, or is it just me? Shit to you too. Shit. Tony. Tony, I'm not kidding you here. You see this door? I was leaning up against the door. It had pushed back. Do that again. And apologies for swearing. I did swear there. That just, it pushed back. The door pushed me. My apologies for swearing there. That is just incredible. Push the door. I know you're taking it. It's taking a mickey, absolutely. Push that door. I'm going to lean on it again. I'm going to lean on the door again because it. You know when if you lean on the door, no, I've leaned on it again. There's nothing there. You're getting stuff. I know. I got it too. Hang on. Just when we have this on, it's almost like other things out there then want to communicate with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to start it. So look, if you guys just want to talk amongst yourselves, do it. I'm going to switch it on now so you can speak to your friends. Go on, but you have to make the noise. You have to make the noise. This is weird. Curses. I apologize for cursing. I did not wish that to happen. I wish it hadn't. I apologize to you all. That was, I got the shock of my life there. Unbelievable. Oh dear. And there we are. There we have it. That was weird. That was weird. I leant on the door again, and it did kind of have a bit of spring back. That might just have been my imagination, but it really gave me a shock. Made me jump. So I apologise for the language used. I dropped the bomb. Damn it. Watch your step, Tony. Over here. This is what a night. What a night. Second. Hopefully that should be
There we are.
it. Are we back? Does it look like we're back?
Yeah, I think we're back.
Are we back? Right. Blimey. Right. So there's one more thing left for us to do. And it's essentially just a way to end this evening. Let's just bring this to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found something here that was of interest to you tonight. We're going to be out and about every Thursday. We're going to be bringing you new places and maybe some old classics too. We also want you to click on and support us on Facebook. You need to do that. Press the subscribe button. If you do that, we will generate a number and we will be prepared to go and do great things together. That's the plan. For those of you that took part tonight, especially those of you that did the incantation, just close your eyes for a second. Great powers of the north, south, east, and west, we thank you for this night, and we ask you not to hinder us with spirit and keep our light shining brightly. Blessings be, blessings be, blessings be. And that's it. Next time we're out, we want you coming with us for a really tragic love story, but a love story that ended up with one of them literally in pieces. And if you're a fan of trains, you will particularly like this next journey that we share together. I still feel annoyed at myself for swearing earlier on. I apologize for that. Got a bit of a shock and responded immediately to it. So my apologies for that. With respect to the rest of you, it is a place to feel fear for sure. And we hope you heard, saw, or found something to entertain you this night. And until we're together again, sincere thanks to Coco, who moderated all of your calls. And I'm sure she would probably cut me off for my language. However, until we're back together again, from me, Alan Robson, and from Tony, and from the whole crew, good night, God bless you, and I wish you well.